Yo, Zeemzilla here, and in today's video, we're going to be discussing the importance of self-education. But before we get started, leave a like if you like this hoodie I'm wearing. So, the importance of self-education. First thing that I want you guys to understand is that you are responsible for your own being. If you break apart the word responsible, it means that you are able to respond. With that being said, you have to understand that no one is coming to save you in this life. Every problem that you have, it is your responsibility to deal with that problem and to find an answer to that problem. You need to become comfortable with taking initiative and setting out to answer questions that you may have. Learn to take matter into your own hands in order to get the results that you want from life. Because you got to understand that like other people aren't always going to want to help you, or like other people aren't always going to be on the same thinking wavelength as you are. So like something that's super important to you may not be that important to someone else. So you need to learn to prioritize what you want to get done and find out how to get that thing done. Self-education is probably the most important thing that I learned from my undergraduate experience at school, because if you can teach yourself anything, then you can literally teach yourself anything. With that power, you're literally able to learn any skill that you set in your sights. You just got to ask the right questions and dedicate the time to actually learning. If you want to learn something, guys, commit to taking action and finding out how. Very important component about self-education is asking the right questions. If you're asking the right questions, then you're one step closer to achieving your goal. You won't get to where you want to by asking the wrong questions. So make sure that you define clearly exactly what it is that you want to do, so that you can start asking yourself, how are you going to accomplish that thing? The saying goes, guys, if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. But if you teach a man to fish, you feed him for life. That should translate to you with self-education. If someone's teaching you something, that's them handing you a fish. However, if you learn how to fish, aka if you learn how to teach yourself things, you will literally be able to feed yourself for life. And this is so important. This is why I'm making this video. I'm stressing the importance of self-education, guys. There's nothing better to taking initiative and getting started to set out to accomplish something that you've set your mind to. Like if you wanted to learn to do something, getting prepared to learn to do that certain thing, it's very exciting and very empowering, guys, because when you do this, that's you telling yourself that you're capable of doing more. You are capable of learning anything that you set your mind to. If you don't develop the skill to self-educate, then you will become someone who's dependent, and you'll start relying on what I call lazy thinking. Now, lazy thinking is what brings about foolish consistency. Foolish consistency is you simply doing what's easy without adding any more thought to it. It's you not using your brain to solve problems. Stay away from foolish consistency, guys, because if you're foolishly being consistent, then that means that you're comfortable doing the same thing every day. Nothing new added to your life, no type of new value, no goals, no type of milestones. People that are foolishly consistent are the people that remain within their comfort zones, and they become stagnant, and then they can't undergo any type of personal growth. So guys, stay away from foolish consistency. If you're thinking about solving a problem and you say to yourself, it seems too hard, I'll just do what's easy, that's being foolishly consistent. Someone who's self-educated would seek out to learn about that thing and find information like, how can I become better and more proficient at completing this task? Self-education all starts with you being confident in yourself and your capacity to teach yourself some sort of material. In order to develop that confidence, you simply need to take action, spend time trying to teach yourself things. As I mentioned earlier, I received this experience from my undergrad, college life, I spent time teaching myself about the sciences, reading textbooks, understanding it in a way where it was easy for me to think about. You don't need to memorize something exactly. If you can teach a concept to someone else, that is a great indicator that you understand that concept. Self-education is literally like you deciding what you want to learn in this life, having this mindset, you're able to go out and choose things that you want to learn in, that you think can enhance your personal character. So you don't have to worry about buying some expensive course to get started. There are lots of available resources online, that you just have to go seek out and find. The answers to your problems are all out there, guys. You just have to ask the right questions. That's what self-education is all about. If something is not working for you, are you going to give up, or are you going to find a way around it? That's what separates a winner's mindset from a loser's mindset, guys. When you learn to self-educate yourself, you no longer have to wait for other people. You can move to the beat of your own drum. That means you no longer have to wait for someone else to share some type of information for yourself. You can find the answer yourself. You just have to go out and ask the right questions, guys. That's the essence of self-education, teaching the man to fish. You are the man or woman who can fish. If you can fish, you can feed yourself for the rest of your life. A big part of self-education as well is just patience and your own perception about how well and confident you are that you can teach yourself something. So literally, guys, be patient with yourselves when trying to teach yourself something, especially if you've never had exposure to it before. Understand that it's not an overnight process. It's going to take time. You have to invest the time consistently, and you have to remain dedicated if you want to succeed. Something that I've found that helps expedite the self-education process is to seek knowledge or advice. Find a mentor that has already achieved what it is that you're going for. Guys, best piece of advice that's in this video right now: do not take advice from unsuccessful people. Taking advice from someone who has not accomplished what you are trying to accomplish will literally stop you in your tracks. It makes absolutely no sense to take advice from someone who has not accomplished what you're trying to accomplish. That person's experience is not the best experience, and they're going to share that with you. They're going to pollute your ambition. Find people that are successful. Take advice from successful people. That's all about self-education: learning from others and learning from yourself. That's all you need. If you're taking advice from people who haven't succeeded in what you're trying to accomplish, then they could probably tell you oh, it's too hard, or it's not possible. But in fact, it is possible. People have done it. So those are the people that you should seek to take advice from. Last thing I want to cover about self-education is the essence of knowledge. So guys, picture knowledge as an island that's surrounded in a sea full of ignorance. The more that island grows, the more knowledgeable you become. Now, why am I sharing this with you? Knowledge is knowledge, guys. It doesn't matter who is presenting it, where it comes from. The essence of knowledge is the same across all domains. As long as communication is effective and you understand the essence of something, that is all you need. You understand it. The thing is today is that people that have degrees and titles and stuff, people look to those people for knowledge, but anyone else can share knowledge. Knowledge is literally an exchange of words. But yeah, don't become too fixated on credentials and experience, blah blah blah, because at the end of the day, knowledge is knowledge. Can someone else's knowledge help you? Yes or no? This will save you lots of time and potentially lots of money, because why go to college to pay thousands of dollars to learn about something that you could easily learn from a $10 course online. You know, it's all about making those smart decisions. You know, do you actually have to undergo the steps that you're going to learn something, or is there a cheaper, more effective solution that's possible for you that you just don't recognize yet? That's going to be all for today's video. If you found any type of value from this, please leave a like, subscribe, share with a friend that you think may find this video valuable. But yeah, I'm Zeemzilla, and I'm out. Peace.